What's up, YouTube? Wanted to talk to y'all about what, in my opinion, is the best China budget brand out there right now, and that would be Kubey. They have been doing really good work for about the last 3 years now, and I mean really, really good work. To the point that I don't believe anybody else, even Civivi, touches them. Their fit and finish is excellent. Their build quality is excellent. Their heat treats are good. I think the D2 that they're doing is between it and Kubey. Between Kubey and Civivi would be probably the best D2 coming out of China. Their OS 10 is excellent. Their 14C is excellent. Everything that they're doing in the budget knife realm is just top notch. Their G10 is really high quality G10. You're not getting that cheap G10. This is good stuff. The Nova would be among one of my very most recommended knives at the $30 to $50 price range. The Coas, absolute laser beam, very well done knife. The Drake, another laser beam, very, very well done. The Nova, a laser beam. I already said it's well done. Forgot to say it's a laser beam. The geometry of these knives was excellent. And this guy, can't think of the name of it. The Mito. Excellent front flipper. Super snappy, perfect jimping. Super smooth. If you're a fidgeter, you'll love this knife. I got my pivot a little tight. I need to loosen it. That's why it's not just falling immediately. Sorry about the camera going in and out of focus. Anyways, and the Mito, or whatever it's called, in OS 10. Their OS 10 is done well. Again, everything about them is done well. TA hardware all around, except for the pocket clip screws. That's huge to me. I don't believe T6s should ever be used on the frame of a knife for frame screws. It just doesn't make no sense. Excuse me. For pocket clips, yeah, it's whatever. Frame screws, no. Another thing, I've never once had a Kubey that didn't come with perfect lockup at around 25 to 30%. So you have a ton of life left in the lock ramp. If you do fidget, you're going to get a lot of fidgeting out of it before it, you start running into lock ramp issues. Their geometry on most of their designs is excellent. Like even this guy on such a short grind still comes down nice and thin. It's around probably 14 thousandths after, and this has had one sharpening on it. Yeah, probably around 14 thousandths. So even on a short grind like that, the geometry for slicing is still really good. The Drake, the Coas, the Nova all have excellent geometry. Those things are slicing machines. I love D2 from them. Their D2 will give pretty much anybody's D2 out there a run for its money and beat the vast majority of them. Like I said, Civivi or Sencut would be the only ones that I would actually say rival it. Petrified Fish does pretty good too with their K110 or D2, but not as good as Kubey. Kubey's always run on the hard side. From the ones I've tested, they're consistently in 61, or right at 61. Sometimes a little over, sometimes a little under, but right at 61. It could be run, I'd like to see them run it even a point harder than that, but, it's done good. The heat treat itself is done good. Not just the hardness is only part of it. The final hardness is only part of it. The heat treat itself, they're doing is good. Just like it is on their 14C, their OS 10, so on and so forth. They're doing damn good work. And like I said, a lot of companies, in this price range right here will skimp out on the G10 quality. Kubey's G10 is excellent. It's just like the if you have a Tenacious or a Proficient or any of the Spyderco channel lines, the G10 on Kubey Knives feels exactly the same as the G10 on the Spyderco channel line. It's good stuff. It's got good grip, not overly aggressive, but it just feels great in hand. They have a lot of different designs, with the vast majority of them being very user-friendly designs that are very utilitarian. They're not just making knives to look cool. Their knives are actually utilitarian and extremely useful knives. If you don't have a Kubey and you're into budget knives, you should, without a shadow of a doubt, get one. When White Mountain Knives has the $40 Kubeys on sale, where you get 25% off, and then you can stack the YouTuber code for 35% off, you can get these knives here for like $27 shipped. Yeah, that's an unbelievable deal. And at $27, there's nothing that comes close to these knives performance-wise. I'm sorry, but if it is, I've yet to come across it. And would really love for someone to tell me if there is. I really need to check that brand out. They have their pocket clips. These steel fold-over pocket clips. Typically, I hate them. Actually, hate them. Kubey's clips, good clips. Their Civivi clips are good clips too. But for the most part, I do not like those steel bent pocket clips. I just don't like them. But with the Kubey, every one of them, it slides in the pocket great, out the pocket great, has great retention, not overly tight to where it tears your pants up. The ramp is ideal to just slide in even on thicker material jeans. They're good pocket clips. I wish if all the spring clips were done like these, I would never complain about a spring clip again. But that's not going to happen. But Kubey has their clips dialed in. The only thing that they could do that would make them better is if they inset them into the scales. But they do use flush screws, so it's no big deal, and I really don't care about them being inset all that much. It doesn't really matter to me. Actions. Kubey's actions are always very, very dialed in. Very, very smooth designs. They may not be super small, fall shut, but with just a little bit of coaching, they're gonna fall shut. And a lot of that has to do with the thin geometry blades. They're not very heavy. Like this one should just, exactly. That one just falls on down because it's thicker blade stock, it's heavier blade. And that almost cut me because I'm looking through the camera. Anyways, their actions are amazing. And also, if you're not a front flipper fan or you have a hard time with them, this front flipper here is done so good. The detent's perfectly dialed for it. This is an awesome knife. Super comfortable in hand. Normally, I'm not a fan of grips that fix you in a position they want you, but this one was literally like it was made for my hand. Like literally. And ultra comfortable knife. Like everything about this knife is done well. A lot of people don't have a lot of experience with AUS 10. AUS 10 is a great steel. I will take it all day over 14C, just for the simple fact of in a folding knife like this, I don't need the extra toughness that 14C will have over, say, AUS 10, but I do want the edge retention increase that AUS 10 will have over 14C, because it'll be fairly significant. And it's plenty tough enough for knives like this. It even does good in harder use knives, as so long as you run appropriate geometry. But in pocket knives, yes, I'll take AUS 10 over 14C all day long, just as I will take D2 over 14C. Now, I did make a mistake. I do not believe this knife is in AUS 10. It is in 14C. I forgot about that. It's the flipper version that's in. I had the flipper version too. It's just don't know which pack it's in. This one's 14C. The flipper version of this knife is in AUS 10. Again, I will happily take AUS 10 over 14C any day of the week. It's when they're both done well, AUS 10 is a better steel in my opinion. I'll take D2 over both of them, so long as it's well done. Anyhow, check them out. Check Kubey out if you haven't. They have some incredible deals. Their pricing is extremely fair. They're one of few China companies that I will buy powder steel knives from. But I mainly only purchase their budget knives, because if I'm going to buy a premium knife, I'm going to keep my money in the U.S. But like I said, I have a place for budget knives. I love them, and Kubey probably leads the way for me. I think they're doing the best knives coming out of China in their price range. On average, their Civivi's a little more expensive. However, I'd say Kubey in every way rivals Civivi's quality, but for less money. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Sanrenmu, on their $40-$50 stuff, yeah, they do really good. They do really good work too. But I'm not as. I just don't really care for a lot of Sanrenmu designs. Otherwise, I would put them up with, up here around Kubey and Civivi too. But, they just don't really do it for me. They OEM for a lot of people, and yes, some of the companies they OEM for, I like the design, so I'll purchase Sanrenmu knives OEM by that they OEM, but it'll be for a company like Rake, for example, Ruike, that Rake. Still don't know how in the hell they come up with that pronunciation, but anyhow, I know I got to start making these videos shorter. I do not believe anybody's watching 14-15 minutes of me rambling, but if you are, let me know in the comments. If you're not, well, I'll shorten the videos up, because I just think this is an unnecessary amount of time. Anyhow, guys, I appreciate the views. I appreciate the clicks. I appreciate the likes. I really want to grow this channel. I want to be much like CBRX, cutting board reviews, and be very critical of the knives as performance cutting tools, and that they don't If they don't do what they're supposed to, then I want to let you guys know it. I want knives to be about the blade first and everything else second. And if the blades aren't up to snuff, then I'm going to let you know. Anyhow, again, thank you. I can't wait to do a live with you guys tomorrow. I really hope to get to chat with some of you guys that join me for the live, and I will see y'all then. Have a good night and check out Kubey.